Focal, also known as Focal JM Lab. French manufacturer of speakers, home and professional loudspeakers, headphones, accessories and car audio. The Focal story began in 1979, when engineer Jacques Mule founded a small speaker workshop in the city of Saint-Étienne. It was part of the France Filliers company owned by Jacques' father. Mule, an engineer and journalist who had been passionate about quality sound since he was a teenager, already had a good amount of experience when he founded the company. He had previously worked as an engineer at Audax, where he was the first in Europe to develop a soft dome tweeter. In his workshop, where he worked with only one employee, Mule in the early years made exclusively drivers for major loudspeaker manufacturers. Later, Jacques decided to produce speakers under his own brand, JM Lab, which stands for Jacques Mule Laboratory. His first model was the DB13 compact shelf speaker, introduced in 1980. These speakers surprised listeners with their rich sound, especially in the low frequencies, thanks to the unique dual voice coil driver. Jacques initially sold his speakers to people he knew, but soon launched them on the market, where they gained popularity. One of the key developments of the young company was the inverted dome tweeter, introduced in 1981. The diaphragm was made of glass fiber, which provided a highly detailed sound. This tweeter became a landmark for the brand, as did later developments. For example, speakers with V-shaped and W-shaped cones, as well as branded massive woofers with unusual systems on 12 magnets. By the way, speaker cones for Focal are in the main one of the key topics both in the past and in the present. Almost from the very beginning, the company's cones were distinguished by a special material, Kevlar with aramid fibers. Mule chose this material for its outstanding technical characteristics, which have a positive effect on the sound. In the 1980s, Jacques Mule's workshop was transformed into two companies. JM Lab focused on mid-range and high-end loudspeakers, while Focal researched and developed innovative drivers. These included speakers with composite cones made of polyglass and polykevlar, as well as Kevlar tweeters, which slowly replaced fiberglass ones. As for polykevlar, it is a multi-layer material with a sandwich structure, where microgranules are placed between layers of aramid fiber. Polyglass, in turn, is based on paper, which is covered with a layer of tiny composite granules. Both materials are characterized by lightness and strength, which is important for the high performance of the drivers. In addition to the drivers, the firm paid much attention to the development of crossovers in the early stages, implementing highly sophisticated circuits in its loudspeakers. In particular, fourth-order filters with multiple components were often used. This provided more accurate frequency separation and resulted in better sound quality. The desire for innovation and the conviction that the quality of acoustics depends primarily on the quality of the drivers allowed JM Lab to enter the premium high-end market. The company initially gained recognition in its home country of France, and then began to strengthen its position on a global level. The company's ambitious plans were helped by audio expert Gérard Chrétien, who joined the company in the 1990s. Previously editor-in-chief of audiophile magazine L'Audiophile, Chrétien had a thorough understanding of both engineering and marketing. With the new member of staff, the company began exporting its products, including Asia and North America. Focal JM Lab also participated regularly in international trade shows. The year 1992 was a turning point for Focal. In Japan, Vega and Alka audio systems were honored as Best Component of the Year. This made Focal the first French company to receive such recognition, which opened the door for further growth. The success inspired the manufacturer to do even more research and experiment with new materials and technologies. In 1995, the W driver was introduced, based on a sandwich construction. A foam material originally developed for aviation was used between layers of glass fiber. This structure combined lightness, high stiffness, and very high damping properties. In the same year, Focal began experimenting with the use of titanium and titanium dioxide for tweeters, which led to the creation of one of the company's most iconic series, called Utopia. Utopia impressed audiophiles not only with its materials, but also with its design. Each driver was enclosed in a separate cabinet with slight tilts between the modules to compensate for delays and improve focus. The flagship of the series, the Grande Utopia, took 3 years to develop and has become a reference in the world of high-end loudspeakers. Although it was initially a niche product, it has been able to win over a wider audience thanks to enthusiastic reviews from specialists and journalists. The Grande Utopia model received 15-inch Audium bass drivers with the signature W-shaped diaphragm. They were equipped with a powerful magnetic system of 12 3-inch magnets, providing precision and power at low frequencies. At the top layer of the system was a module with an 11-inch driver responsible for the upper bass. Behind this module, engineers provided a separate enclosure for the crossover, minimizing the effect of vibration on its operation. Between the bass and treble modules were 3 more sections, designed according to the D'Appolito scheme. The side modules housed 2 6.5-inch mid-range drivers, while the center was occupied by a tweeter with an inverted titanium dome coated with a thin film of titanium dioxide. At the time of the Grande Utopia's launch, Focal drivers were already being used by over 60 companies, including such well-known manufacturers as Wilson and Till. However, the drivers used in the Utopia series were unique and were not supplied to other companies. Utopia loudspeakers turned out to be so successful that the company continues to produce them to this day in updated versions. In 1989, Jack Mule, being a passionate car enthusiast, decided to engage in high-quality car audio, which he lacked in his life. It took Jack almost 10 years for Focal's car speakers to conquer the international marketplace. In 2001, Focal received a number of prestigious awards at competitions in the USA. As a result, major companies like Peugeot, DS, Citroën's premium division, Alpine, Maserati and Opel started using Focal car speakers. In 2002, the Utopia series was updated with the BE index. The main change was the replacement of titanium tweeters with beryllium ones. This material, with its high stiffness and minimal weight, surpassed all previous solutions in terms of performance. In the same year 2002, Focal launched a new division, Focal Professional, which was engaged in production of studio monitors and professional audio equipment. It is worth noting that the company achieved good results in this area. Around the same period, the firm decided to concentrate all production in its hometown of Saint-Étienne. This allowed to ensure strict control over each stage of production and mark products with the Made in France label, which, as it is not difficult to guess, had a good effect on sales. After organizing all stages of production in Saint-Étienne, Focal and JM Lab were united under one name, Focal. Since then, all products of the brand have been produced under this name. In 2003, the company began working with the Paris-based design agency Pinot and La Porte, which brought industrial elements to the design of focal speakers. The agency developed the styling for several iconic lines. For example, for Profile and Electra, for Chorus, for Utopia 2008 and for Dome. The new design was a good idea. The company's speakers began to stand out not only for their sound, but also for their design. In 2007, Focal acquired Guy HF, a company based in Bourbon-Lancy. This company was engaged in the production of enclosures for acoustics, which allowed Focal to fully control the process of creating its products, from the development of speakers and ending with the creation of enclosures. In 2008, the third generation of the Utopia series was introduced, including the Grande EM, Scala, and Diablo models. In addition to all mentioned above, it should also be noted that in the 2000s Focal actively developed lines of relatively inexpensive acoustics for home use, including home theaters, multimedia systems, and 2.1 systems. Particularly popular was the 5.1 Focal Dome set, which included small two-way spherical satellites and a subwoofer. Also successful was the Little Bird 5.1 set, which repeated a similar configuration, but using wideband satellites. To work with computers, Focal presented an active stereo pair XS book, characterized by curved side walls and a front panel port, which provided convenient placement on the work table. Later, the company expanded its catalog with the XS 2.1 model with a built-in docking station for iPod and a USB DAC for connecting to computers. In this way, the company wanted to offer its signature sound to a wide range of users, including multimedia enthusiasts and those who simply spend a lot of time in front of their computers. In 2011, an important event in Focal's history took place with the joining of the British brand name. Both companies retained independence in the development of their products, but began to present their products together at international trade shows. In 2014, Focal and Name were acquired by Vervent Audio Group. Jack Mule became vice president of Focal, but left his company at the end of the year. Mule moved into the investment business, as well as real estate and other projects. In the same year, Focal was honored by the French government with the prestigious Entreprise du Patrimoine Vivant Award, which means company with a living legacy. This award is given for achievements in various productions that have in one way or another influenced the country's culture and traditional crafts. In 2012, Focal released its first headphones, the Spirit One model. These were full-size wired headphones for portable devices. The product featured 40mm mylar diaphragms and a remote on the cable to control playback and take calls. Further additions to the range included the Spirit Classic headphones, without remote control, for home listening, and the Spirit Professional, with a 4-meter twisted cable, designed for professional use, including recording studios. The strong sales performance of the Spirit range of headphones has prompted the company to launch several other lines, including the Budget Listen headphone series. The company's flagship headphones have been named Utopia. The choice of name here is quite understandable. The Utopia model was equipped with drivers with M-shaped diaphragms made of beryllium. Later, the company released several other premium headphones, including the Elegia and the Stellia closed headphones, which later became one of the best audiophile models in its segment. In 2015, the company launched the Sopra series of speakers. Company presented 3 models: bookshelf Sopra No. 1, floor-standing Sopra No. 2, and Sopra No. 3. These models received mid-range and woofer drivers with cellulose fiber sandwich diffusers and beryllium concave tweeters. 2 years later, Focal added the Cantor series to its catalog, based on the technology of the top models Scala and Utopia. But the new series was more affordable. A special feature of the Cantor were flax drivers, created in Saint-Étienne. In 2018, the company updated the high-end models of the Grande Utopia series. The Grande Utopia EM Evo 4-way and Stellar Utopia EM Evo 3-way were released. The top-of-the-range Grande Utopia EM Evo model got a 40 cm woofer, a 27 cm mid-range woofer driver, 2 16.5 cm woofers, and a beryllium tweeter in between. In 2019, Focal celebrated its 40th anniversary. And in honor of this, spectral 40th speakers have been released, inspired by models from the 90s, that is, a simplified shape without the curves characteristic of Utopia, Cantor, Scala, and Sopra. Also for the anniversary, the company introduced the Solo 6BE 40th anniversary monitors with a beryllium tweeters and a woofer with a W-type cone. In addition, several models of anniversary headphones and car speakers were released. In parallel with the anniversary celebrations, Focal launched the new affordable Cora series with drivers using recycled carbon fiber cones. In 2020, Focal released a report which revealed that the firm manufactures 88% of the components for its products itself in France. The company also said it will continue to expand its product range while maintaining its focus on quality and innovations. Focal's manufacturing development was helped by a deal with Luxembourg-based investor Alpha Private Equity. In 2020, this company bought a majority stake in Vervent, which soon led to a significant expansion of the business, with dedicated Focal name divisions in Canada and the US to focus on the domestic markets in those countries. The same year also saw the launch of the global Focal powered by name shop chain, with the first shops opening in Seoul, South Korea, and Lyon, France. In 2024, Focal became a member of the Colbert Committee, a major French organization that brings together and promotes honorary producers of premium goods in France. The organization was founded in 1954 by Jean-Jacques Gourlain, the head of the well-known perfume company. As for the current catalog of Focal, it offers a wide range of different audiophile products, including the new Diva Utopia wireless active speakers, premium headphones for amateurs and professionals, home theater sets, car kits, as well as various special products such as installation speakers and acoustics for yachts. The company regularly updates existing models and adds new products to its catalog. For example, in 2023 the company launched the Theva series, the speakers of which can be used both for stereo and multi-channel setups. The series features the company's proven proprietary TNF tweeters and speaker cones in its proprietary slate fiber technology, a thermoplastic polymer reinforced with non-woven recycled carbon fibers. The series was planned by the company as a budget series. On the European market, prices for speakers of the series start from about €700. The company has also recently introduced lenses professional headphones with aluminium-magnesium membranes. But a full review of Focal's current catalog is a topic for another video. I hope you'll enjoy the Focal story, and then I'll release a separate video on the current range. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Good audio and good luck everyone. Until the next video.